There are no two greater words in sports. Game 7 here in the 2020 National League Championship Series coming up between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the San Francisco Giants after the Pirates in episode number 41 forced a Game 7 with a 10-2 victory in game number 6. And you can see the series recap flashing on the screen right now. That forced a Game 7, and that is what we have for you tonight. Jacob Deg and Madison Bumgarner, a stellar pitching matchup for a do-or-die battle as the winner moves on to the World Series and the loser down to Florida to start the golfing season. Bumgarner, 21 very good innings so far in this postseason, just 3 earned runs allowed, the whip under 1. He has been vintage Madison Bumgarner in this postseason so far, but he has trouble here in the first. It's Starling Marte reaching aboard with a bit of a swinging bunt right there. Next batter, Polanco, would walk after Marte stole second. That's why first base was open, so 2 men on with no one out for Justin Turner here in the first. Turner lining one past the third baseman into left field for a base hit. Marte trying to score on the play. Davis's throw is not in time. Everyone is going to be safe after Turner advances to second. And it's 1-0 Pittsburgh already. Now Esposito up later in the first inning. He's going to take ball 4 on that slider that missed inside. And the bases are going to be loaded for Eric Thames, who's facing the lefty-on-lefty matchup right here. He strikes out looking at the high fastball, perfectly located pitch from Bumgarner. 1 down in the inning now for Gary Sanchez, and he's behind in the count 0-2. Sanchez fighting one off into left field for a base hit, another soft single. 1 run's going to score. Here comes another. Turner is in there safely with a head-first dive, and it's 3-0 Pittsburgh, a 2 RBI single. Now it's 3-0 Diego Vina later in the inning. He strikes out looking at the changeup. 2 down now for Austin Meadows, who's still got a chance to get more runs home. Flares one to left, but that will be easily caught by the left fielder Chris Davis for the third and final out. Bumgarner surrenders a trio of runs here before Jacob Deg Grom even takes the mound. So we've got Deg Grom a nice lead to work with, and he was not messing around tonight. Strikes out Joe Panik there. First K of the evening. Now 2 strikes on the next batter, Andrew McCutchen. He strikes out on the hard 2-seamer inside. And a pair of Ks here in the first for Deg Grom, as he's got a 3-0 lead to work with. 2 more men on here for the Pirates in the second, but it's going to be a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play to get Mad Bum out of the jam, and the game will remain 3-0 as you take one more look at the smooth replay. Christian Arroyo starting that one off. Now Chris Davis up here in the second with 2 strikes. He's going to go down on the slider that tailed out of the zone right there. Strikeout number 3 for Jacob Deg Grom. Now 1 man down for Buster Posey. Make it 4 strikeouts. That slider freezing Posey, and he was not happy with the call. 2 down in the inning now. Next batter is Brandon Belt. Will Deg Grom strike out the side? Yes, he will. 96 on the heater, up and in. And that is 5 strikeouts through 2 innings so far for Jacob Deg Grom here tonight. Now Sanchez up facing Bumgarner. Speaking of strikeouts, that is a strikeout looking. Here is Christian Arroyo up in the third. That is going to be another strikeout. 6 Ks through 3 innings for Deg Grom. As actually 6 Ks through 2 2/3, because it's going to be 7 Ks through 3 innings after Bumgarner goes down, and that is 3 perfect innings so far for Deg Grom. No base runners allowed. On to the 4th here facing Nunez. 2 strikes, another strikeout. 8 strikeouts now for Deg Grom on the evening. He is piling them up, looking like a Chris Sale or a Randy Johnson in his prime. Now it is Starling Marte up in the 5th. He's going to line one towards right center field, into Triples Alley out there in AT&T Park. Marte using the wheels, and he is going to head to third. Actually, he's going to take a big circle around third, big turn around third, I should say, but he will head back to third safely before Posey can throw him out. So a 1-out triple for Starling Marte, a leadoff triple, I should say. Now it is Gregory Polanco, and Polanco's job is easy enough. Gets one in the air here. This is going to be plenty deep enough to score the speedy Marte, and that is going to make it 4-0 Pittsburgh now. After Gregory Polanco's sacrifice fly. Justin Turner up later in the inning here with 1 out. He is going to take that pitch into center field for a base hit. A little 1-out single for Justin Turner. Puts a man on for the next man up, Steven Esposito, who's got a 3-1 count. Bumgarner from the set, and he misses with the breaking ball, so 2 men on now for Pittsburgh with just 1 out for the next man, Eric Thames, and that's actually going to do it for Bumgarner. His day is going to be done. Command issues plagued him all night. I think he finished with 4 or 5 walks and could not even get through the 5th inning. George Contos on for the Giants. He's going to miss with that cut fastball, and so he walks Thames. Bases are now loaded for the next man up, Gary Sanchez, still with just 1 out in the inning, but a double play ball would get San Francisco out of the jam. That is strike 3, looking questionable call from the umpire. Sanchez certainly didn't agree. 2 down now for Diego Vina. He's got 2 strikes on him, but Vina hits one back up the middle for a base hit. 2 runs are going to come across and score, as the play at the plate is going to be not in time. Esposito just sliding in there behind Posey. 6-0 Pittsburgh now. Meadows up next. Meadows is going to ground one. A diving stop by Panic. His throw to first from the knees in time. And that likely saved 1 or 2 more runs from Pittsburgh, as Joe Panic keeps it a 6-0 game. But a couple more runs come across for Pittsburgh, as they've extended the lead to 6 now, and still not a base runner for San Fran yet. On to the bottom of the 5th, still Deg Grom. No one has reached base against him, and he gets another strikeout here, number 9 on the evening, and that time it is Brandon Belt going down swinging. On to the 6th inning we go now, with nobody out. Saunders, he takes strike 3, looking 10 Ks now through just 5 1/3 for Jacob Deg Grom. But this is where the dominance would take a little bit of a pause. Arroyo with a base hit back up the middle, and that is the first base runner for San Francisco all night. So Deg Grom now going to have to work out of the stretch for the first time in a few hours, and he's got to face the Korean pinch hitter Hwang for the Giants. That's going to miss for ball 4, so back-to-back base runners aboard here for the Giants. Eduardo Nunez up with 1 out. He's going to rip one towards center field. That's going to get down in front of Marte. 1 run is going to score. Marte fires it in quickly, and it's going to be first and third now with 1 man now for McCutchen. One run already in. And then after the next man would get out, it's actually McCutchen up with 2 outs, and he's going to hit one through into left field for a base hit. So 6-2 now as 2 runs have come across for the Giants here. Chris Davis up next. He's going to ground one hard through to right field for a base hit. Meadows coming up firing. The play at the plate is in time. Eduardo Nunez, recently traded to the Red Sox, thrown out at the plate right there by Austin Meadows, who continues to show off the arm there. And then in the 7th, it's Starling Marte with a spectacular catch to end off the inning. That saved. I mean, if that ball gets by Marte, it's probably extra bases and a run. It's probably foolish of me to dive in the first place, but that sends the game to the 8th inning now. Still a 4-run lead for the Pirates, and looking to add on to it as it's Polanco walking, and then Turner shooting one into right center field with Polanco on the move on the pitch. He's going to score easily as that pitch gets all the way to the wall, and it's an RBI double for Justin Turner, who now makes it a 7-2 ball game. Esposito up now later in the inning, a 3-2 count. He's going to pop one up behind home plate. Posey throws the mask away, and he will make the play for the 3rd and final out. On to the 8th inning we go. Rene Velasquez on to try and send this game to the 9th as he gets a strikeout there. 2 down for Joe Panic. 2-2 count. That ball ripped towards right field. Meadows on the run, and he makes the play. Good for the 3rd and final out, and we head to the 9th now. The Pirates 3 outs away from advancing to the World Series for the 2nd consecutive season, as it's McCutchen going down there on the slider. That's the first out. Next batter is Chris Davis. He's going to go down on the slider. 2 away, and the Giants down to their final out of their season. It's Brandon Belt with a man on, popping this one up. Sanchez under it. And this is going to send the Pirates to their 2nd straight World Series. Congratulations, Pittsburgh. You are headed back to the Fall Classic for the 2nd straight year. It will be the Pirates representing the National League in the World Series. They defeat the San Francisco Giants, coming back from down 3-2 in the championship series. They win games 6 and 7 decisively, and they will be moving on to the World Series for the 2nd straight year. The opponent will be the Cleveland Indians, and the Game 1 starter for Cleveland is going to be none other than former Pittsburgh Pirate franchise icon Garrett Cole, who was a big part of this team the first couple of years of this franchise, not so much after last year, in which he bolted in free agency for a little bit more money after winning a World Series in Pittsburgh. Deg Grom, he is the player of the game. 10 strikeouts, got all of those through the first 5 1/3, and then certainly struggled a little bit there towards the end, but still got through 7 strong, only 2 earned runs, and did have the impressive strikeout numbers. That is going to do it. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the World Series.